this one. I think VIRTUS.PRO should be able to take this first map of the day pretty confidently here. Let's see who will get the choice of side here on the first with the GAMBIT youngsters, but they're not going to press too far forward and get overzealous. I say that, and actually, the smokes and the Molotovs are coming in for the execution, and Sanji can't land his shots. It's actually Shiro that takes him down. They're not aware of Supra on the bomb site as well. 2 quick picks coming in. The bomb can make his way up for a plant. It's a 5v3 retake.
Yeah, VIRTUS.PRO in a difficult position now. With no kit as well, they need to make sure that they're connecting onto these shots and getting themselves in a good position to retake the bomb site. 5v5, Axel is low. Supra just jiggle peeking towards that heaven position. Buster's going to get spotted out relatively quickly from Supra. Tapping away with his block. Axel to chime in. And what? Smoke and armor. A lot of map control that's been taken so far from the GAMBIT youngsters. Under a minute left on the clock now. The Sanji going to re-aggress. And it doesn't look like his teammates are going to follow. They're going to keep holding the passive positions.
Sanji Deagle in towards this corner, going to be ready to take someone down on a small flank position. It's no kills just yet, the 40 seconds left on the clock. Sanji waiting for information, waiting for someone to pop out of the smoke, waiting for something to justify it, pushing forward and getting a Deagle down. So close to the T-side forces. They've been so quiet so far. Eventually they fire their way through, and the Mac 10 of Axel takes out the first. James going to be ready for this. I don't know if they realise that the entire T-side force is here, but the smokes up from Dumpster and from Bank will cover off the rotation of Buster. They catch off James and take him down. Super turns on towards one good pick, and Buster can respond against him. So a 4-on-3 situation in the post plant here. Again, favourable to this T-side. So VP got a lot of work to do to try to bring this back. It might be better to save the Kevlar and helmets.
I think that's probably the option they're going to go for. 3 players staying alive for VIRTUS.PRO. And look, I think Sanji got a little bit unlucky with the timing there. He was in a really good position to at least find maybe 1 or 2 kills, but it works out for GAMBIT youngsters, and with little time left on the clock, we're seeing the truck player of James just getting completely blind and overwhelmed. And for the youngsters, it just comes down to timing here for Buster.
Oh, Supra does get caught off guard, so not every trick is known to the book of the GAMBIT youngsters here, as they do lose that first pick. Again, Supra going down for the second round in a row. Nafany can pick up that P90, certainly better than the Mac 10, although you won't get the kill bunny bonus for it. Axel face up and spots Sanji. A very nice peek in as well. I haven't seen that come out from many players too often to shoot through the little metal fencing.
They're running into a stack.
Yeah. Rotations coming out. VP have Deagles in tow. Axel will take out the likes of Kicker. Buster's going to turn on for his secondary kill in the round. Deagle going to spot players coming out from Monster. Short's not going to get contested as Buster eventually is overwhelmed with the firepower of the Galil. His rifles in play. Another player going down, however, for the T-side forces. Sanji and Jane both tagged up. The bomb plant coming through. No, Inters blocks it. And now it's all
information from the youngsters.
Axel on 6 HP though, so all in all they lose the HP advantage up in the hands of Buster. Jane was the one that went down early, and now they're starting to give information back to the youngsters' side. 20 seconds to go. Here they come, out the gate towards Monster. Supra takes out one. Kicker can respond, but so can Axel. Buster stood on the one side. 14 seconds to 2 versus 2. They're going to make their way up, smoke in to try and block off vision and go for a plant out. And the orb shot's not connecting to the man. A decent wall bang does not connect to the likes of Shiro. It might have legged him early. Axel in the backline, 6 HP, and Shiro just waiting in the smoke till it starts to clear here. Axel takes out Buster. One more CT to fall, and now they only have a 1 versus 1. Shiro is known, and Adren will get his 2K. His defuse in the AWP recovered as well for the CT forces, and VIRTUS.PRO just about scraped together a retake.
Again, a very slow round from GAMBIT youngsters. The one thing I have been impressed by them, though, is the way they've been able to get these trade kills. I feel like the utility from VIRTUS.PRO has been really strong. Those flashbangs, or the single flashbang that came out from Sanji towards that monster position was just fantastic. And Adren being able to clutch out the 1 versus 2 in the end there. Really nice crosshair placement as well. And
for this man, he needs to get this frag to open things up towards the B site here. But again, there's only 1 player here towards A. They have not been able to read on the consistent stacks that VIRTUS.PRO have brought to these rounds. And 20 seconds to go on the clock. They're going to have to make their move. The bomb's making its way in towards Monster. They still got 1 out in the bathrooms on the T side. And time is running extremely low. Actually, they're going to go for the save. GAMBIT taking way too long to set this up here. Maybe a bit of a scared style of play. I might have to bring in Finn to try and talk about that and G them on a little bit, because that most certainly is not a round you want to lead, rotating back towards B for the overall commitment. Seen no actual A hits so far in the 5 rounds out here. Round 6 will be no different. Another force spy coming in for the T's, and they're going to have to try and make this round work. An SMG from Sanji, so close, can't connect the first frag. The flash is over, don't blind off any of the CT forces. Super is allowed 2 Deagle kills, though. He is going down towards the hands of Sanji, but Nafany's going to have something to say about that. 4-on-2 situation. Axel and Nafany are low HP. And the bomb makes his way onto the bomb site, going for a plant out. James can't do anything, neither can Adren. Right for a nade on site, but nothing will happen. No kills, no info being given up. VP are falling back and saving.
Wow, what a round coming out from GAMBIT youngsters. So that was actually a little bit different there. So even though they ran the clock down relatively low, they actually had a nice execution into the B bomb site. We saw immediately Supra with his Deagle finding 2 opening kills, and then Nafady able to trade out in the end onto that last member on the B bomb site towards that water position. And I tell you what, that's a fantastic round from GAMBIT youngsters, and it puts VIRTUS.PRO in a bit of an awkward position in terms of economy. At least they have been able to hold on to the AWP and the M4. So a good find.
Last man down. Again, it's Super, so we're going to lose out all these opening duels. Bomb going to make his way in towards that mid position, try and challenge onto this man, but no utility support. The AWP is going to fall back, and Adren will not second face this one. They've got the man advantage, and the Incendiary's down here just to stall for time. A lot of the utility has been baited out against the CT forces, and a wraparound rotation coming in again towards the B bomb site. Shiro does get Jane, but after hearing all these footsteps set up in the same position, he does go down in the end. They've still got 1 player Toxic, 1 player Graffiti. That smoke will try stall for time. They're going to force the issue, and Adren gets 1. Nafany trades it. Good spray back from Kicker to take Axel down and drop in that bomb. The round's over. Again, GAMBIT youngsters run the clock down to almost 0 before making the hit. Result of this, it does favour the B bomb site here. Then they've got the boost going on the bomb site itself. Either way, all the players stacked up pretty dense in position, and again, GAMBIT youngsters in the last 30 seconds of the round have not set themselves up for a hit. Supra will take down 1, force the rotation back from another, but Adren's been allowed to push up so close to this one. The AWP, they take it down now. They'll have an open A bomb site, but again, they're going to rotate back towards B, try and commit to this one. Sanji gets a pick back. It's all left to James, flicking on towards 1 and falling away from the site. Smokes up in towards heaven. He'll try and go for a secondary pick on the bomb planter. You can't see him in the midst of the smoke. And thankfully they rotated back, but GAMBIT youngsters lacking serious foresight here.
I'll tell you what, now, considering they were able to get a pick onto Adren getting aggressive in con, the only time that late in the round that you'll see a CT getting aggressive in con is when they're rotating to a stack towards B. So we saw the rotation already coming out from James from the A bomb site towards heaven, and we saw Adren pushing through con. Now, for most teams, they would just continue their presence up towards the A bomb site. Yes, there were more players from GAMBIT youngsters towards B, but there still were 2 Ts towards A, and I feel like they could have got the execution down and the bomb planted and
forcing their way into the bomb site, and the Deagles will kick things off. Kicker taking out Supra. Second face from Axel will trade it back, but now Toxic controlled, sprayed back. The Molotov's landing towards the water position. They've got a Deagle out there as well. P250 is eventually dealt with. The third man on the site is going to get sideswiped by the likes of Axel. So 2 players left standing for the CT forces. Bomb planting yet to come through here. Eventually it should get planted, and the youngsters should be securing their 6th. More rifle power than anything else here against the VP side. Obviously they couldn't have held up much of a fight there. The B site again sieged, again taken control of, and again will be the central point of the victory for the youngsters.
I think it's a really structured approach when these guys, like, although it looks like there's a lot of chaos when the execution comes through to either, well, I would say either the A or B bomb site, but it's really only been B. But the thing that I'm loving here is the flashbangs are perfect on the peaks. I think they're really drilled. Like, it looks like it's chaos, but it definitely isn't. This is drilled over and over again on these B-site executions. We're seeing this fantastic entering ability coming out.
With the smokes out to probably suppress the T-side forces, but no damage dealing pieces of utility. James is pretty close. He actually gets the first player of Inters. He's singing before he says goodnight, and the smoke clears. The first frag will go the way of the CT side.
And James wants a little bit more as well with this AWP. And again, it looks like GAMBIT youngsters are going to make their presence over towards the B bomb site. One thing that's kind of surprised me, Jay, is the fact that even with GAMBIT youngsters going to B so often, we keep seeing like a 3-man A stack to come out from VIRTUS.PRO, at least sort of in the mid-round.
And they're trying to play the prediction game and just be like, you know, maybe they might go towards A this time, and maybe we force them back out. But as you say, the reads have been great, however, from VP. You know, they got that first pick, they realize, okay, now we forced them back to the B bomb site, so let's just leave 4 players over here. The 4th man of Adrenaline is considering the rotations with more utility coming in. They're actually going to call in for the AWP support as well. And again, GAMBIT youngsters run the clock so low. The USPs can still clean this up, and they've dropped the bomb. CZ back from Sanji, gets Super Shiro's out of the round though. And it is a new playstyle, Dweg. Yes, it is catching VP off guard on occasion, but it is not 2 players to deal with this. The 3rd on rotation, 2 more pushing in from short will realize that, yes, this actually will be an A-site hit, and Super and Axel get the 2-for-1 trade as Gren only getting Naphany to go falling. So they do overwhelm and suppress the CT forces. Axel does adjust against Buster, but he does get Shiro on the way back out, so the bomb plant can't be secured just yet. 2 CTs remaining, a Galil and an M4. The M4 pushing in from Bank. Doesn't know where the AWP is, and as soon as he faces around the corner towards this other side, he'll just spot 1 at the edge of the smoke. That's Super going falling, but still 1 on truck. Inters is waiting and camping this bomb, ensuring that no one makes their way up here. Axel there to support from long, can cover off the bank position, so all Inters has to do is watch out for mid. He knows that Kicker should be there somewhere. AK spray is awkwardly connected to the head. He's so low HP, but he's stalling for time. He'll sit on this bomb till it goes up in smoke. The Sanji takes him down. Axel will just make sure he...
For the trade kill to come out, especially with Naphany completely blind. And it looks like, again, they're going to bring that bomb over towards that B bomb site, but we're already seeing 2 rotates over towards A, and I think maybe a 3rd as well from Kick It. So Buster's really going to be the only player here at B. Flashbang out. This could be an instant save. They get that smoke out towards Heaven. There's a Deagle player coming in from Kick It, but I think this round's already over, Jay.
Oh, Kick It missed the jump.
Too. Like, how can you miss that?
You need a knife out to go for that jump, and I think Kick It kind of forgot. Sanji gets 1. Inters will go falling in trade. And Seagull down against him. We'll leave Naphany and Shiro now. And now goes down to the Eagle. It's all left to the Galil. 1 low HP player, 1 high with the...
Again, but one thing you've got to realize in the City side is they just bait out so much util from VIRTUS.PRO once these executions come through. Buster may be able to get an opening here. And what? How does he just get delivered like that?
Let's hang off and Kicker as well. I mean, returning so much damage in return. Time is of the essence, 20 seconds, and they still haven't formed their hit. 2 players making their way up towards mid. It may well just be an A fake, but will it force the rotations back from 1? It looks like it will. 10 seconds though, Sanji still standing by on the bomb site. Naphany and Axel making their way up. Bomb's going to make his way to the site and get the plant down, and Axel's left alone. So, well, that A fake may have been good enough to get a plant out. The retake coming in from Axel. It's just going to be a little bit too much to handle here. So, a 6th from V.
Already kept 3 players over at A, so at least this time around, GAMBIT youngsters are only running into 2 players.
2 players with rifles, though, and sadly, they're going to get ripped apart. Only 1 kill, 1 towards Buster. 30 seconds for Supra to swing in and strike. They've got bomb control. While a Deagle missing his shot. We'll now get the information to the CT forces. Backstabs coming in from Connector. Then we'll give up the info, I think, to these... no, actually, Supra's not going to hear it, so... We'll just peeking towards short. That'll be the chance for a mid position. Probably going to get rotations going as the AWP falls back to support. The push not going to come in from Adrenaline. He's actually going to fall back to the bathrooms area. We wrap around and get a backstab in from the mid area. Flashes do contain James, but Sanji gets that 1 shot. James with a secondary kill on towards Super. Inters will also go falling. And Shiro trying to force the issue as the bomb has been dropped on site. 40 seconds, Axel pushing in as well. Gets tagged down. I believe that was by the AWP. On the nade from Adrenaline will finish him off regardless. 1 HP for Sanji. Shiro gets out Kicker, and so much more work to do. Well, that flashbang may have been to conducive to the hit here, Dweg, but so far nothing will come out from the VIRTUS.PRO side.
Coming in, and straight away they don't know where Super is. They haven't checked this angle. This could be big, but he's got to get a few kills, and he's tapping away, and he can't find anything. Overwhelmed at the B bomb site, almost seeing flashbacks to the first pistol rounds of this first map. And Axel, 1v5 for him. Really can't expect too much to be found here, Jay, because he's definitely got a tall task ahead of him. And I feel like one thing that VIRTUS.PRO, at least in this round, are doing, taking quite deep control towards long and bathrooms. which we didn't really see too much from Gambit youngsters. We saw some early presence towards A, and then a lot of the time to rotate through Con over to the B bomb site. Axel's here at the A bomb site, and he's alone. So he's going to have to try and deny and get information early to allow the rotates to come in. He's here just with his deagle. When do Gambit youngsters decide to go for the rotate? Finally, the utility coming up, and that might force a rotate, and it does. Axel needs to try and find at least one pick here to try and contain the T's, but they are going to continue the presence of spam through the smoke. He does a lot of damage, but he's not able to find any more. But it is going to be the HE Nafani to take Buster down. Sanji up close with the Mac 10 to the bank position, deals with the scout of Shiro. 3 versus 3. Gambit youngsters still in with this round with a chance. The low HP onto Adren could be the big factor. Sanji, though, finding another kill with that Mac 10, tapping away his Adren. And this could call the save to come in from Gambit youngsters. They're actually going to continue their presence, though. 2 versus 2. Kikin and Sanji, the last ones left for VIRTUS.PRO. The Mac 10 going to find a 3rd kill of the round. Sanji doing so much damage with this Mac 10. And Insa's going to be able to at least land 1 onto Sanji. But he's still got Kickit to deal with, and he's running out of time. He's just going to go for the save here. Virtus, that MP9 Axel, though. Can he get the timing right? And finally going to be able to find the first Sanji as well, finding 2 picks. Can he follow up onto the truck player as well? The information's there. And fantastic entries coming out towards that A bomb site. Supra, the last one left. He's able to take down the lurker of Buster. At an 11th round for VIRTUS.PRO. It just seems to continue. And I think now this has to be, what, 7 rounds in a row, I think. I believe that's right, because we did see Gambit youngsters up 7-4 at one point. VP looking very dominant indeed, and look, I think that's what we needed to see from them. I wasn't really sure whether we would see them show up on the day, but it definitely looks down towards Bathroom and a molly towards Divider, and then taking Connector from the top and sort of crunching in together. But so far we've seen, oh my goodness, I was going to say some pretty easy control of Connector, but Gambit youngsters, the fact of the matter is they've been able to find 2 incredible kills early on.
Brilliant start to try and get things going here for the CT forces here, Dweg.
Youngsters, again, after what was an early lead for them, we haven't really seen them be able to capitalize on too much more so far. Running down the clock, a similar strategy than what we saw from Gambit youngsters, but it looks like VIRTUS.PRO might want to try and hit the bomb site a little bit early. Do they check this position, though, of the AK player? That's Nafani in the corner. Kickit looks like he's ready for it. He's holding down the pre-angle. And Kickit, it really just comes down to timing here, whether he checks the position. And actually the swing comes out, but Kickit is going to be able to win out that fight. The 3 versus 3, Shiro finding yet another kill. And this is looking fantastic for the Gambit youngsters. This is an opportunity to completely eco them here. But Axel is low and Supra able to find one. This HE, no, it's actually a flashbang that comes out. Buster, going to be able to get the bomb planted. But this HE should be able to finish off the job. And yes, it does.
Here for the T side, start looking on a mid position for the moment. Shiro there trying to contest them. 2 players backed up here on the A bomb site, trying to see if they can hold some sort of presence against the T side forces. Shiro again going to double dip side, see if he can get the opening frag, and indeed he gets Sanji down. A flashbang over there, try and stall for a bit of time. Does not catch a Dren, but Axel's got him on lock, and that's the bomb being dropped as well. A big kill for the big CT side. Gambit youngsters are being forced back, but they have gained a major advantage going at the 20 seconds on the clock. They may just be able to hold from passive positions and leave it there, because Supra has pushed up all the way into the short position. He's got full-on control of this B site rotation. So right now VP are forced to go into the A site with 10 seconds left, and Buster going down. I feel like it's ticked a little bit too far back, and yeah, Kicker is saving his weapon, the AWP, watching the back lines in case someone comes in for a flank, and they will take down the likes of James. Kicker falls, let this one run extremely low. Supra will get the opening pick. M4 spray from Axel was a little bit awkward. They'll line up for 2 more and get a triple kill overall. Nice and easy against the pistols. Definitely control, long control has started to get established, but if they keep moving quick, then Axel's going to hear about this. M4 standing by to line up 2 frags. He only gets the 1 on towards Kicker. James picking up that AK does turn onto a secondary response kill, but only a 1-for-1 trade at this moment. Supra. Ooh, he peeks out, gets the friends run inside the corner. Sanji also will go fall into the hands of Inters. So back to the man advantage of the GAMBIT youngsters. And now 2 players left standing for VP, one of which is extremely low. I don't see many prospects left in this round, Wag.
No, I definitely don't either. I think we're really starting to see GAMBIT youngsters come into their own. And I feel like even on the T side, even the rounds that they were winning, I felt like they weren't like confident, but some of these CT rounds are just looking so strong at the moment, and even the gun rounds as well. They're going to be able to tie us up 11 apiece. And again, I feel like VIRTUS.PRO have tried to go for the save so many rounds now in the second half.
Now, the lurker over towards that connected position. The T's will set themselves up for the main monster push, and he can wrap in from short, but the incendiary's down. The CT forces will stop them from making progress. Buster out to the AUG. Turn around by Super over the secondary kill, tries to transfer the play out towards Sanji.
And it seems to be quite an easy feat for them. 2 players over towards this A bomb site, Jay.
Should be enough to hold off against these pistols. They found that opener, the AWP missing, but the M4 lines up 2. Sanji trades it back, so now there's only 2 left for the T side forces. The smokes should buy enough breathing room for a bomb plant, but I think that bomb might have been dropped. It does get picked up and planted by Kicker in the end. But the incendiary and the nades and the spray.
So early on.
5 on 3. GAMBIT youngsters have not allowed a single opening pick to go the way of VP for as many rounds here in this second half. Kicker will get Shiro though, so there are some return trades, but he's on low amounts of HP, so I don't know how much more he could do from here. Ren stands by with the AK in tow. Kicker gonna back up and provide some support with taps in with the AK, but all those bullets just going nowhere, not connecting to any GAMBIT youngsters player. Time. The essence now for the VP squad. Adren can hold some sort of face in connector and short. 2 players to defend this B bomb site with, and 2 has been the magic number. It's certainly been enough for GAMBIT youngsters. The M4 and AUG set up the crossfire towards Monster. The challenge comes in from Supra. He drops that bomb. No support for James and no support for Adren. Kicker's got to grab that AWP and run for it, because GAMBIT youngsters will be up to 14 and VP have no money to work with. The loss bonus hasn't stacked, and they will be nearing the match point. Oh, if Kiko goes down after time as well, them down for a round of the T side.
Dren's got a little bit of information up towards short as well. And Supra with a little bit of an off angle. Flashbang coming out. Actually avoids that double flashbang. You can't avoid that, but he's still able to get the kill. Kick it though! How does Supra get 2 kills there? That's absolutely massive. Nafani as well on towards the site, and it's down into a 2 versus 3.
Backups on the way, and Nafani back around the corner. See the bomb planter take him down. Will lose his life for his trouble, so it's all left to James. Naded out, Molotov on target, tagged up, and eventually taken down by the PT. Krieg in for Buster, the AWP for James, and 3 AKs other than that for the T side. Oh, looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Inters and Supra can combine and take down that first man. Kicker will trade, and Buster will follow suit on towards Axel, so an opportunity opening itself for the VP side. A 4-on-3 situation is this time the trades go their way. Despite losing that opening pick, Super will turn it back, however, and find a way to frag away on the short position. So 3v3 will go, but VP have a HP advantage.
And so far, it looks to be a pretty good read coming out from GAMBIT youngsters, leaving 2 players over towards this A bomb site and just leaving Supra over at B. He picks up that AWP as well, so he could rotate back to like a heaven position or even graffiti, play really passive at the B bomb site. Kick it. What? What? I don't get that. Like, he just, with his knife out, just runs through with the bomb.
That's information gained for the CT forces, but there was only 1 man there. Plant going to come through for Sanji here. Shiro and Supra up for the retake. 2 AWPs on the retake as well. The first one seen out here by Buster. Takes his head off his shoulders very quickly. It's all down to Shiro. Good AWP shot for the 1 man. He is on for a clutch. Incendiary to the bomb of all things, actually. That might stall for a bit more time. I guess they probably to flush Buster out position, so he's got some time on his own. Trying to check out the bank area. Did he see him? I think he might have done. Keep his eyes on that corner. And that bomb's not planted from the smoke up. Is Shiro going to stick it? try and force an issue towards the mid position, but that buys time now for the Banks player. He jumps forward and Shiro gets the kill, and that will be GAMBIT youngsters forcing a mistake out of VP to get themselves the map and the victory in the BO1, 16-11.